The average American pretending to be rich carries $47,000 in debt. Ryan's Instagram looked incredible last month. A shiny leased BMW parked outside his downtown Austin apartment. Bottle service at a rooftop bar on South Congress. $340 tab. Split with nobody. New Jordans. Unboxed on camera. 200 likes in an hour. Life was good. Or at least it looked good. Then his credit card statement hit $8,400 balance. Minimum payment overdue. His savings account, $1,200. His 401k, never enrolled. Ryan is 31 years old, earning $62,000 a year, and performing wealth like it's a full-time job. Here's the thing. Fake rich isn't just a flex gone wrong. It's a financial trap that costs people decades of real wealth. And today, I'm going to break down the anatomy of that trap using a framework I call the wealth theater. 3 acts that separate people who build money from people who just perform it. One of these acts has nothing to do with spending at all. So what is the wealth theater? Think of fake wealth as a stage production. There's the costume, everything people can see. There's the script, everything people say. And there's the empty stage, everything people hide. Most content about signs someone is fake rich just gives you a checklist. Spot the designer logos. Count the name drops. Done. But that misses the point entirely. Because the most expensive signs of fake rich aren't the ones you can see from the outside. They're the invisible financial behaviors happening backstage. The ones slowly draining someone's future while the audience keeps clapping. According to the Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances, the bottom 50% of American households hold just 2.6% of total national wealth. Yet, consumer spending on luxury goods in that same group has grown faster than any other income bracket over the past decade. Per the Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Expenditure Survey, the gap between looking wealthy and being wealthy has never been wider. And it starts with Act 1. And here's the uncomfortable part. At least 2 of these signs, you've probably done them yourself. I know I have. Act 1 of the wealth theater is all surface. The set design, the wardrobe, the props. This is where fake rich lives out loud. Sign 1. The logo obsession. People performing wealth buy brands, not quality. The bigger the logo, the louder the signal. But here's what's interesting. A study from researchers at the University of Michigan found that people who display conspicuous brand logos are consistently rated as lower status by actual high net worth individuals. The truly wealthy gravitate toward quality and subtlety. The costume only impresses other people wearing costumes. Sign 2. The lifestyle to income gap. This one is everywhere. You know the person leasing a $45,000 car on a $55,000 salary. Their monthly payment alone eats 15 to 18% of take-home pay before insurance. Before gas. A common financial guideline suggests keeping total vehicle costs under 10 to 15% of gross income. But the fake rich don't do math. They do vibes. Sign 3. The apartment that swallows the paycheck. Ryan's downtown Austin 1-bedroom runs $2,150 a month on his $62,000 salary. That's roughly 42% of gross income, well above the 30% threshold most financial planners recommend, but the rooftop pool photographs beautifully. The view looks expensive. The rent is a costume. Sign 4. Buying the fad. The fake rich chase trends like oxygen, limited drops, hype collaboration, gold-plated phone cases. Fear of missing out drives the purchase, and depreciation handles the rest. Remember the crypto rush of late 2017? Pew Research Center found that most Americans who bought cryptocurrency during peak hype held less than $5,000 in total investments. They weren't investing. They were performing. But the costume is just the easy part. The most damaging sign of fake rich isn't something you can see at all. It's something you hear. That's Act 2. Act 2 of the Wealth Theater moves from what people wear to what people say. This is the dialogue. Rehearsed, polished, and completely hollow if you push past the first layer. Sign 5. The name dropper. The fake rich collect names the way some people collect stamps. Oh, I was just at a dinner with so-and-so. Translation. They were in the same restaurant. Maybe the same zip code. Your network matters. No question. But there's a difference between knowing people and using people's names as set decoration for your own performance. Sign 6. The money monologue. Everything circles back to price tags. How much the watch cost. How much the trip cost. What their bonus was. Genuinely wealthy people almost never lead with numbers. They talk about what they're building, what they're learning, what problems interest them. The fake rich talk about money, because money is the entire script. Take it away, and there's nothing left to say. Sign 7. The Forever Plan. Every 6 months, a brand new $1 million idea. A crypto play, a drop-shipping empire, an app that's basically Uber for dog walkers. Plans announced loudly, abandoned quietly. The real difference between wealthy builders and wealth performers? Commitment horizon. Builders lock in for 5 to 10 years. Performers restart every quarter. Sign 8. The one-upper. You share good news, and they immediately top it. You bought a house. They're looking at 2. You got a raise. Theirs was bigger. This isn't confidence. It's insecurity in a blazer. Studies in behavioral psychology consistently show that chronic one-upping correlates with lower self-reported life satisfaction. The need to win every conversation is a sign someone is losing somewhere else. Sign 9. The inflated title. How many CEOs do you know who have 0 employees? How many founders are running a side project from their kitchen table? There's no shame in any job at any level. But when someone invents a title to sound more important than their work warrants, that's a scripted line in The Wealth Theater. Now, most people think this is about willpower or discipline. It's not. The real engine behind fake rich is something the wealthy understand instinctively, and it's hiding in Act 3. This is where it gets real. Act 3 is what's behind the curtain. No audience. No camera. Just the financial truth. Sign 10. 0 savings. The fake rich spend every dollar that comes in, and sometimes dollars that haven't arrived yet. According to a Bankrate survey, more than half of American adults cannot cover an unexpected $1,000 expense without borrowing. That's not a poverty statistic. That includes households earning $75,000 or more. The costume costs too much to leave anything for the future. Sign 11. Liabilities on credit. Wealthy people use debt to acquire assets, things that generate returns. The fake rich use debt to acquire liabilities, a big TV, a flashy car, a vacation they'll still be paying for 6 months after the tan fades, credit card, Interest alone averages over 20% annual percentage rate right now. According to the Federal Reserve, that's not borrowing, that's renting money at the worst possible rate. Sign 12. The fake rich circle. You become the average of the people you spend the most time with. And fake rich people cluster. They reinforce each other's spending. They celebrate each other's purchases. They create a feedback loop where burning cash feels normal because everyone around them is doing the same thing. Now, here's where Ryan's story gets interesting. Remember Ryan's $1,100 a month in what I call audience spending. Money spent primarily for other people to see? Run that number out over 10 years at a conservative 7% return. That's over $190,000 in lost wealth. Not from bad investments, not from a market crash. From performing. Sign 13. Excuses on repeat. Every failed project has an external villain. The market crashed. The partner flaked. The timing was off. Real wealth builders analyze failures honestly. They own the loss and adjust. The fake rich need someone else to blame, because admitting the failure would break the performance. Sign 14. Shallow financial knowledge. Ask the fake rich about compound interest, tax-advantaged accounts, or asset allocation, and the conversation dies fast. They know the vocabulary. Maybe a quote from a podcast, a line from a TikTok. But there's no depth. Real financial literacy means understanding how money moves, not just how it looks. Sign 15. And this is the one that gets overlooked. They've lost the ability to enjoy anything without an audience. When was the last time you bought something, did something, or went somewhere purely for yourself, with zero intention of telling anyone about it? This is where the wealth theater metaphor comes full circle. The performance doesn't just drain your bank account. It rewires how you experience your own life. Every meal becomes content. Every purchase becomes a post. Every experience gets filtered through, how will this look? And this matters for people building real wealth, especially for those in their 40s and 50s juggling real financial complexity. Take someone like Ryan's older neighbor, David, 48, 2 teenagers, aging parents who need help with medical bills. The sandwich generation. David keeps a country club membership at $5,000 a year and leases a Lexus because that's what people in his neighborhood expect. Meanwhile, his 401k has been flat for 3 years because every spare dollar goes to maintaining the image. He's 15 years from retirement and performing wealth for an audience that won't be there when he needs it. According to Fidelity's retirement preparedness data, the median 401k balance for Americans aged 45 to 54 is roughly $142,000, far below what most financial planners suggest for that age range. The gap isn't always about income. Sometimes it's about where the income goes. The real question isn't whether you can spot fake rich in other people, it's whether you can spot it in yourself. There's one decision Ryan made at 31 that started changing everything, and it cost him exactly $0. Ryan canceled one subscription, not Netflix, not Spotify. He canceled the subscription to other people's opinions. He stopped asking, what will this look like? And started asking, what will this build? He set up automatic transfers to his 401k. Just 6% to start, enough to capture the full employer match. He moved his credit card to a zero-interest balance transfer and built a payoff calendar. Nothing dramatic. No guru moment. Just math. Here's what I want you to do today. Not tomorrow. Today. Open your last 3 months of bank and credit card statements. Highlight every purchase you made primarily for someone else to see. Add it up. That number is your audience tax. That's the first thing to cut. If this hit close to home, it probably hit close to home for someone you care about too. Send them this video, not to call them out, but because sometimes the most valuable thing you can give someone is a mirror. And if you want to know what actually happens when you stop performing and start building, what real wealth looks like from the inside at every age, I made a video on that. It's right here. I think it'll change how you see your next 10 years.